Now, I may just be a day late and a dollar short with this story, but it's kind of personal to me because I really do enjoy Star Wars, and after my first couple of times recording this, I went off on terrible, terrible tangents about the publisher studio that I don't need to go on because there are already millions of videos about that. So I'm gonna just kind of give it to you and tell you what I think about this whole situation. So, in case you didn't know, EA has been making Star Wars games for the past couple of years now. And when I say games, they've made 2 games in 6 years, something like that. Whenever they got from the beginning of the IP till now, I think it was like 2014 or so, 5 or 6 years. We'll just go with they've had it for 5 or 6 years, and they've made 2 games, 2 lukewarm, semi-decently not well-received games. Well, actually, they were both received shittily. They look fantastic. They sound fantastic. They just have nothing in them, or they're completely full of microtransactions at the beginning that cause international fucking laws to be made against loot boxes. That's what we're working with here. Those are our 2 Star Wars games that have come out of this wonderful idea Disney had with being like, okay, so who's the shittiest game publisher we could give an exclusivity deal to? Hey, you're EA, right? Yeah, we're Disney. Nice to meet you. How would you like to make our games for our new Star Wars IP that we just picked up? Great. Here's all the assets. They blew it. They just absolutely blew it with this pick. This is terrible, and it goes to show that, you know, EA really sucks. They try and just monetize the shit out of everything, and shows that Disney has terrible judgment in their new community that they've picked up. But that's not the point. The point is, in case you didn't know, a couple years ago, I think it was 2016 or 2017, Visceral Games under EA was working on a a single player linear game, linear story driven game, with the lead developer and director being the lady from Uncharted, who had made a good portion of the Uncharted franchise and worked very hard over there with Naughty Dog. Fantastic. This is a recipe for the best fucking Star Wars game we could have, like, ever. It sounds amazing, right? Well, EA comes out and goes, nobody likes to play single-player linear games anymore. They aren't experiences people want to see. Huh. Well, why are we devoting money to this then? And they shut it down. They didn't just cancel it, they shut down Visceral Games for coming up with this concept. Little did EA know, some of the best games that come out in 2018 will all be single-player driven, linear games. But you didn't hear it from me. Especially about the part about the single player. But that's neither here nor there. The problem stems from they wanted, at the time, back in 2017, when open world games were really a rage, and they still are to some extent today, but like right then they were like hot. Everybody was trying to do their open world games as a service thing like Grand Theft Auto 5. So they're like, we're going to take this project that's linear and not open world and, you know, single player and turn it into an online multiplayer open world thing for Star Wars. It's going to make us the money, it's going to make Disney the money, and we can all sit on our fat stacks of money. Fuck off. First of all, that was terrible. I apologize. Second of all, that's also been canceled. In short, that they canceled that as well. You blew it. You just blew it. I love Star Wars, and both games sounded interesting to me. But what? Why cancel this one? And you know, EA being EA, they released a they released a statement. They're like, so after looking at our uh, looking at the development time for this open world Star Wars game, we realized maybe the idea was a little too ambitious, and maybe, you know, we didn't like the time frame of which the games would be coming out, and just, it doesn't seem like it was really going to make a 2020 release date like we thought it could, you know, a year or two ago. It just can't be done. We can't do it. So we canceled the game because it couldn't be done. But you want to know what could be done by, you know, next year or 2020? A single player, third person, linear adventure game, or a story driven adventure game, or action adventure game, made by Visceral Games, and the lead developer and director of Uncharted. You know, that would be ready to go here in the next year. Heck, they could have even pushed it out in 2018 had they really grinded them for it. But they could definitely get it out by 2019, 2020 and have like one of the best games of the year, as long as they didn't try and squeeze anything else in. But no, EA canceled that, and then they took whatever was left and just threw that down the drain too. And nope, no games. There have been no games, no other games, just 2 shitty Battlefront games. And I have played Battlefront 2 since the whole debacle has been over. It's not that bad. It's pretty okay, but it's still very easy to get wrecked by people with star cards. It's not hard for them to get ahead. It takes a while to grind them out. That's a problem. In my personal opinion, it takes a while to get through the grind that is the game now. However, the big thing is some people took to Reddit and stuff like that and pulled up an image, and if I can find it, it'll be up here, but if not, I'm just going to explain. In the same amount of time that EA's had the licensing for Star Wars and only made 2 games, people pulled up what happened under LucasArts when they were licensing out games and also making in-house first-party Star Wars IPs. 12 games, I believe. 12 fucking games were made. That's 10 more than what we're getting out of EA currently at this rate. And they were 10 pretty good games, mind you. It's not like they were no little feat. We got, you know, Knights of the Old Republic 2. We got Commandos. I think we had both Battlefronts in there. Like, these games that are like cemented in time, my bad, for the rest of eternity as some of the best games that have ever been made and released, as far as it comes to Star Wars games. And EA's delivered 2 games and maybe a third one coming out this year. We just have to wait and see. But yeah, so that's the situation, and I think it's fucking stupid. So thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in another one. Take care of yourselves.